I'm optimistic, positive, and excited about chiropractic and reaching people with my practice and building an exceptional life of productivity, prosperity, and generosity while filled with love, fitness, and fun. My purpose is to become a smarter, more powerful, more responsible, more accountable, capable, driven, and superior version of myself by ever increasing my awareness, my knowledge, my understanding of myself, my motivation, my hands-on skill, of course, our communication skill, and mastering the art of exceptional living. Of course, every single podcast with me causes you to naturally attract great people to come into your life, not just new patients. You are now attracting all the people you require to reach your goals. You're becoming a more capable motivator and a persuader of people. But you got to know what's right. You got to motivate and persuade them towards high ground. You're empowered to make smarter, long-term decisions. You're energized physically, mentally, and financially. I added a word here to this, and that is the word accountable or accountability. Who's responsible for your life? Who is responsible for how you feel today? Who's responsible for your level of fitness? Who's responsible for your current level of conditioning? Let's say you went to do a workout and you struggled and you had to quit, and then you went home and you complained and then you hurt the next day. Would you blame it on the workout? Oh, they made me do this. Is it somebody else's fault? Why do we live in a society today where people want to blame other people for their own mismanagement of their life? Isn't that interesting? Comes to money. Well, you're responsible for your financial life. There's nobody to blame. You're responsible for your health. You're responsible in the relationships you choose to be in. Yeah, but you don't know what my relationship is like. Well, you're choosing to be there. You don't have to be there, do you? In other words, what's my whole point? You've got power. You're in control. You can change things if you want. You can improve things at any time. You can let things slack at any time. Here at Winner's Edge, we teach the word control. Happiness comes from having control. Are you happy when you're out of control? When your checkbook is out of control? Practice is out of control? Relationship? No. We want control. Systems, procedures, organization, refinement. We want to keep things in as much control as we can. And our first step towards control is realizing that it's me. Whatever I did to myself. I chose every bite of food. I chose everything I've taken a sip of. I've chosen every movement I've made. And I accept those consequences. I suggest you do the same if you want to be a winner. You in the Winner's Edge group? Love to see you become a member of the group. What you'd learn. All of our videos, all of our trainings, all of the influence, all of the success. There's no way, like we learned from DeMartini, you cannot put your hand in a pot of glue and not have some of it stick. And that's what happens here. It's your choice. Two great topics today. I've got a marketing trick for you. I can't believe I'm actually going to share this with people who are outside the Winner's Edge group, but I'm going to anyway. It's one of my personal secret weapons. And really almost nobody knows this, but it's so powerful for you to build your practice. And really what we call local area domination, where you can just sort of dominate your area from the inside out versus trying to have ads from the outside, try to get some depth into the community. We're going to go inside the community and then watch what happens if you start to use the tools I'm going to share with you in a few minutes. I got a point to make first here out of our book, as you might imagine. Lesson 3. Check out this title. self-confidence. No, that's a biggie, isn't it? How confident are you in yourself? There's lots of C words, aren't there? Confidence, certainty, consistency, cooperation. How do you determine the level of a person's self-confidence? Well, we just look at their stat sheet. A confident person can get other people to sign up for care. A confident person doesn't let people in their personal life push them around. A highly confident person doesn't let their team push them around. A highly confident person doesn't let kids push them around. A highly confident person is in control. There's that word control again. That's one of our C words too, isn't it? Confidence leads to control, and control brings happiness. Not that you want to be controlling. We're talking about control of yourself. Control over your own health and fitness. Control over your own money handling. Control over the organization and the practice. Control in how you manage vehicles. Control in how you manage the household. Self-confidence. Let's take a look here. I got a couple things to share. Then we'll move on to our marketing secret. Any idea you firmly fix in your subconscious mind by repeated affirmation automatically becomes a plan or blueprint which an unseen power uses in directing your efforts toward the attainment of the objective named in the plan. That's the setup. This is chapter 3, and that was a statement referring to chapter 2. It's the setup for self-confidence. I'm going to read that again. I want you to really understand that. In fact, Winner's Edge, almost all of our training is based on this very principle right here. We have to reprogram ourselves with repetition. Check it out again, a little bit faster. Any idea you firmly fix in your subconscious mind by repeated affirmation automatically becomes a plan or blueprint which an unseen power uses in directing your efforts toward the attainment of the objective named in your plan. Your plan. First, you got to have a plan, right? What is your plan? Goals, in our sense, are plans. So we use goals as the primary objective when we create our plans, which is so easy to do with the Winner's Edge goal system. Now on to confidence, self-confidence. Here's the formula, page 95. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, aggressive, and continuous action toward its attainment. Got to work on the business. You got to work on yourself. Second, I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves in outward bodily action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes a day upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to be by creating a mental picture of this person and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. Can you picture yourself the way you want to be? Can you picture the appointment book? Picture a bank account balance. Picture yourself in the mirror, looking sharp. Big smile. Picture something paid for. Picture you in the house. Picture you in the car. Picture you at a wonderful location around the world, smiling and happy. If we can picture it, our life can start to go that way. That's the name of the game. Oh, look who came to say hi. There's Indy, the world-famous Doberman. Indy, did you come in to say hi to our friends? He sure did. Indy, the Doberman, says hi. He's off to a good start today. No one has to tell him to be loyal or dedicated or focus on his fitness. We learn a lot from incredible animals like that. So point 2 is about visualizing. Let's look at the third one here. I know that through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. Therefore, I shall devote a few minutes a day to demanding of myself the development of the factors named in these lessons by reading the course here on the laws of success. Any desire that I really hold in my mind will eventually have to manifest itself somehow. Notice here, the first 3 are all about what you're thinking. You have to think a thing before you can have a thing. You have to think a thing and then think it enough that it causes action, and the action brings the result. And here it all starts by having clear goals. See, once you have clear goals per the Winner's Edge system, then every single thing you do will be moving you toward them. Isn't that amazing? Just think of how incredibly simple and true that is. A lot of chiropractors doing a lot of work out there, but their goals aren't clear. That's like a plane that's doing a lot of flying and going fast with no destination. Number 4. I've clearly mapped out and written down a description of my purpose in life, especially for the upcoming 5 years. I set a price on my services for these 5 years, a price that I intend to earn and receive. In other words, how much do you want to collect next year, the year after that? And collect through application of the principles of efficient, satisfactory service, which I will render in advance. Looks like we have to do something to get what we want, doesn't it? So we have income goals, and we realize we're going to perform great service, and the service gets translated, it gets transmuted, it gets converted into its financial equivalent. That sounds fair. Number 5, last point. I fully realize that no wealth or position can endure unless it's built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I'm going to engage in no transactions which don't benefit everybody. When the Winner's Edge chiropractor makes a deal, everybody wins. That's not normal. Most people are out there trying to shoehorn their way in to do things, and who cares about anybody else, blank them. That's loser thinking. Winners bring success to everybody. What I want for myself, I want for everyone. I'll succeed by attracting to me the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I'll induce others to serve me because I will serve them first. I will get other people to serve me because I will first serve them. That's a go-giver. The go-giver is the one who gets. I'll eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, spite, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for humanity. Because I know that a negative attitude toward others can never bring me success, and it's so hard in the world today. We've got to keep our mind clear. I'll cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them, and I will believe in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it out loud. With full faith, it will gradually influence my entire life so that I will become a successful and happy worker in my chosen field of endeavor, signed and dated by you. Tell me that's not pure gold. I might have to say that there's no couple paragraphs in the world of success writing that are more powerful than that. That is a 10 out of 10. That is as good as it gets. It requires study, every single one of the statements. I wish we had time to do that. I wish we had time to hang out knee to knee, train. I do quite a few full-day in-office chiropractic trainings, evaluating the chiropractic office, everything from the mats to the forms to all marketing, all goals, all systems, all timing, all procedures, everything. Every single time I've done that. In fact, I've never done that and not had an office break $80,000 a month. Usually it's $100,000. What's my point? I wish we could get knee to knee and train specifically for you so you can do incredible things. Closing the book now, The Laws of Success in 16 Lessons. Set it aside. Let's take a look at promoting your practice now. I got a tactic here for you. Got to be honest, I don't know where I learned this. I've never seen it in chiropractic circles anywhere. But it's so good. I guess I do know where it came from. It did come from my own efforts with an unrelated thing, and I turned it into some related things. Here's my point. Check it out. Check it out here. Check out the story. I'll be quick. It's 2012. Cranking in practice, consulting taking off, really doing well. Decided to take my team and friends to Las Vegas for a big UFC. In fact, I think it was International Fight Week. It was huge. It was like UFC, whatever number. It was a huge event. I bought the tickets for everything. Tickets to go see Joe Rogan, the fight tickets. Very uniquely, there's 6 of us. We roll up to see Joe Rogan. Stand-up comedy. I have all the tickets. I go up, and the person at the ticket counter goes blink, and the ticket doesn't work. I'm standing there. Hundreds of people around. Las Vegas. I've got friends with me. Blink. Sir, your tickets aren't valid. Like, what do you mean they're not valid? I got them printed right here, Ticketmaster. She goes, I'm sorry, they're no good. I go, what do you mean they're no good? How can they not be any good? And I said, I need 6 tickets. Very luckily, they had 6 seats. I bought those tickets so quick. But if my tickets to Joe Rogan didn't work, then what about the tickets to the fights the next night? It's like, oh boy. Everybody went in to see Joe Rogan except me. This is back in the time where you had to find the hotel computer to have any decent computer action. Now you would have used a phone or a laptop, but this is 2012. So I'm scrambling around the hotel trying to find a business office to jump on a computer, and I get Ticketmaster on the line, and here's what had happened. A few months before, I saw some charges on my Ticketmaster account for Los Angeles Dodger tickets. Tickets to Dodger baseball. I get a hold of Ticketmaster and say, I'm not in California. I'm in Minnesota. I have no idea what's happening. Somehow, my account had been hacked or something, and someone had used my account to buy some Dodger tickets, $700. So I had to do the fraud thing, and they refunded the charges and did all of their stuff. But what had happened that I did not know, because I'd never seen that before, was it basically shut down my account. Even though it would look like I got the tickets, the charge would not go through. So I've got these tickets in my hands. I'm busy. I have a lot going on. I'm not sitting there staring at my bank account every day. I had tickets in my hands, but Ticketmaster never actually extracted the money. They kind of had a hold on everything, so the tickets were no good. So here I am with a zillion people around International Fight Week, Las Vegas, trying to find 6 tickets together. How did that work out? Well, guess what? It didn't work out. 4 of us had to be here, 2 of us had to be over there. Okay, not the end of the world we're in. Okay, I wasn't complaining. 2 of us over here, 4 of us over there. And then what happened with the 4 that were split up is they were around some people, and a couple of them were up-and-coming fighters. And they were with their agent. And the agent invited them and all of us to come out to a dinner thing that they were having after the fights. Why did that happen? Well, because, just for a lack of a better way to say it, okay, I was with some pretty good-looking people, okay? And the agent wanted to kind of fill up the room for his fighters and whoever else with successful, good-looking people. So we get invited and we go. Hakkasan Restaurant, one of my favorite places, Las Vegas MGM Grand. And I end up meeting the agent. To make a long story short, I end up becoming a sponsor for several fighters. I pay and I get my name on their shorts or on their banner and all of this kind of stuff for being a sponsor for fighters back when you could be a sponsor. Now they have one sponsor for the whole crew, like say Reebok or Venom or a company like that. But back then that you could have individual sponsors. It used to be you'd watch TV, millions of people, and you'd see Winner's Edge on fighters' shorts. It was the coolest thing ever. Anyway, I became a sponsor. And all kinds of cool things happened, and I worked on all these fighters and worked on more fighters because I was a sponsor. And then I got known as the chiropractor, and there I am with my cell phone blowing up every time I'm at a fight. Hey, will you come to my hotel room and work on me? And now I've worked on 4 UFC champions. I had to back out of that because it was starting to take over my life. I had to be gone all the time. I couldn't do it. I wanted to. Can't do everything. What does this have to do with you? The angle in to your community is through being a sponsor to local clubs. Let me elaborate. Soccer clubs, hockey clubs, wrestling clubs, dance club, gymnastics club, water ski club, hot rod car club, boating club. I've never seen a city of any size not have this. You jump on your computer and just type in whatever the name of your town is, soccer club. And I will guarantee you, if you've ever gone by and seen a bunch of kids playing soccer, there's a club. This is a club that runs these events. And the clubs need money. Parents are trying to pay, but they're trying to get sponsors. They're trying to get some people to pay. And you mark my words. In fact, I have a few pulled up on my screen right now. There, at one point in time, I was a sponsor of 22 different local clubs. Do you have any idea how much domination that is? And the hundreds and hundreds of new patients that come from that? Why? Because they want my banner, the gymnastics place, because I'm a sponsor. They want me to come to the practices because I'm a sponsor. My name is going in all the little publications. My name is in the brochure. I've got my logo and live link on their website that every single kid and parent in the club is looking at for the upcoming events for $250 a year. Unbelievable. I showed this to people. I'll share the screen. We'll look up so-and-so town wrestling club. Okay, you find it. You start scrolling down. And you go, oh, there it is. And it'll say Geico Insurance or Jimmy's Bar and Tavern. Okay? And these are just usually parents that are affiliated with the business that end up being a sponsor, and they're on the page. But they'll take money from anybody because they want people to help them out. So you simply get a hold of them and say, hey, I got a chiropractic office. I love kids being involved in athletics. We can't do everything with everybody, but we'd like to be a little bit of a sponsor from year to year. How does that work? And they'll say, oh, it's like $250 or $500 for, bronze, silver, gold, and all that kind of stuff. And normally you get a link on their website, then everybody sees your name and logo. And because you're affiliated with the kids' soccer, are you kidding me? Is there any more trusted thing that could happen in your community with you? Then you go stop by practice and you meet the people that run the organization. They're the shakers and movers. They know everybody. And if they know you, anytime a kid's got something, they'll say, well, so-and-so's a chiropractor that's, kind of a part of the club. Maybe go see them and see if they can help you. And the beautiful thing is this is easy. You just sit at your computer and start looking up clubs. And find them with websites and find where it says sponsors, or as soon as you see the logos, you know that they have sponsors and you want to be on there. That's all. Most will, some won't. That's okay. See, to really build a monstrous practice, it comes from the inside out. It's kind of like fitness. Should I just go and get a spray tan, and suck in my gut and then take some pictures? Or should I actually work out hard and get in shape? See the difference? One took legitimate internal work that has a genuine result. The other one is fake. Should you go and try to make yourself look good for an ad and get it out there and try to, fool people into thinking you're awesome and get them to call? Or how about you just be awesome behind the scenes by sponsoring a bunch of local clubs, getting to know the people that run them? Just stop by a practice sometime. Make sure you're in their little publications and flyers and on their website. And then you're going to have this internal trust and faith. And I tell you what, you want to build some confidence. This is one way to do it. In fact, even though now my life is consumed with consulting and I have had to be out of full-time active practice for some time, I still have the people calling saying, hey, when are you going to come to a practice? The soccer club is still emailing me. This is the biggest gymnastics place in the upper Midwest United States. Legacy Gymnastics. And I'm on their thing and they're going, hey, you want to put a banner in here? Do I want to put a banner inside this huge gymnastics place that has hundreds of kids, all of these ages, all of these parents, all this credibility, and there's new kids coming in all the time and new parents coming in all the time? And I have to leave practice to become a consultant. I look at it and go, oh, it's so easy to build a huge practice by just caring about your community and getting into it in a very simple way. And I'm telling you, $250 or $500, it shows trust and belief in them. And then what you get in return, of course, financially is enormous. Other key components. You better have a good website. Anybody who sees your name and logo, especially if they click and it goes to your website, you know how many chiropractors lose new patients? The chiropractor's sitting there without a very good website. People hear about you, they go to your website and they go, and they click around on other websites and they go to somebody else. It is possible you are losing more patients than you're gaining from your website. But you don't see it. How would you ever see it? You got to use all the Winner's Edge principles on the website. The pictures, in fact, we have a new training. We just published it for our members. It is the checklist of all the pictures, the poses, the angles, what to wear for the website. Website, photo, checklist. And of course, the website content. So when anybody lands on your website, it bolsters confidence. It builds more faith and trust in you. You have the right pictures, has the right look, it has the right offer. It has all the information they need as it relates to how they're approaching your office, whether there might be a work injury or a car injury, a cash person, family that might have some regular insurance, Medicare. You have it all on there, so there is no possible wiggle room for them to think they need to look anyplace else. And then you got them. So you see here, it's about the sponsoring and just a little bit of activity and meeting a few people. But then anything that they go and see, and they're all going to go to your website. Oh, they might look at Facebook, Instagram really quick, but normally they're just going to see if you're current and then go to the website because that's where the information is that they need to make the decision to call and come in and see you. And that's the name of the game. The ultimate practice is one where you know tons of people in a positive way, and those people will be sending in referrals. And if you know a ton of people and just a few of them send a referral now and again, you got your 20, 30, 40, 50 referrals a month. It hardly costs you anything. And it's completely self-generating in a genuine and organic and very, very impressive way. So I'm suggesting a few things here. Self-confidence, confidence formula, and the idea of looking at any local clubs, see if there's 1 or 2 or 5 or 7 or 15 that you could sponsor smartly. Meet the people that run them, stop in, say hi. Half the time they'll let you, hey, do you have any brochures you want us to put up on our counter? Like, are you kidding? Hey, do you want to put a little thing on our wall here? Are you kidding? And we could even get into Winner's Edge training. Okay, what's the special offer you would do for them? Okay, how do we handle any of the deals we might make with families? What do we do special for in-season athletes? What do we do for people that are athletic but they're not in season? Oh, we have all of that stuff here at Winner's Edge and how you handle that. Tory, I've got a local fighter. What do I do? They just want to come in and have me give them free care. There is no charge for care if the fighter has a fight scheduled. If there is a fight scheduled at an upcoming date, then we can have a plan of care to get them there in exchange for posts, in exchange for commentary, in exchange for pictures, in exchange for whatever the popular, exchange for the name on the shorts, the name on the banner, whatever. That's just one example. But I want you to be aware that it's the sponsoring and then it's the offer that comes to the companies, okay, so that they can have no problem sending people into you. Of course, it's the great website and everything else that makes your office awesome. And by making your office awesome, you will have soaring confidence and you will literally change your entire community. Tory out.